So yeah, like yesterday, I said I had them videos for y'all. I forgot to show y'all for even a better understanding of the states that they putting us in. Like it's not your fault. And then with all of the legalities like law, insurance, these people plan on your mortality rate because they know the institutions and systems that's placed in these positions are using a certain type of intel, certain type of information, and they bagging on that. They bagging on that. They bagging on you like if you smoke and your mortality rate. They know is they inducing the environment and the beings to engineer them towards these type of reckless behaviors. Like your rate is high if you young, even if it's new. Like shouldn't it be clear? Like in Germany or somewhere, when they graduate, they get an 800 credit score, but then they not even indulging in the type of diet or information that America uh has been exposed to. So let me get y'all to these videos, man. Cause this is wild, man. Like people believing how your body, knowing how your body work is not a belief at all. Check, hold on. The dude about to explain it. Listen. Here, watch. We're gonna listen to it again. I don't know how real this is. Here, I'm gonna show you another video. She gonna explain it again. Listen. See, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's like a major case of sickle cell. Because if your blood it ain't sharp like that for a reason, it's not forming something like that for a reason. Those those little chips, but they really crystals. They forming up in an unorganized way. That's the killer part. Dude said you eating improper, so that means you taking in improper molecular structures and all of that, bro. The dopamine pathways too, how they giving us the information, right? Or don't forget though, information is even a drug dealer selling drugs. Like that information that got received through the experience is totally is non-productive though. Get what I'm saying? You helping and it depends. It's too many degrees to this though. But within the reward as a result to applying your information, you can get on a path of it being like I was saying, non-productive. But I wanted to read some of this though on the dopamine pathways because when we talking about entering different portals and all of that, we talking about this like because these are different realms of perception that a, a being is executing to reveal its reality to itself, like the true nature of things. Like nobody is searching for the true nature of things. It's coming back, but it's still pretty lost. But let's jump on and read this real fast. 6 of the dopamine pathways listed below. 6, because it's on the upward. You growing. The 6. Mesolimbic pathway, mesocortical, mesocortical limbic system. The mesolimbic pathway transmits dopamine from the ventral tegmental area. Yeah, right. Like I was about to read. First of both mesocortical and mesolimbic pathways. Both pathways originate at the ventral tegmental area, VTA, which is located in the midbrain, the middle brain, through separate connections to the prefrontal cortex, mesocortical, and ventral striatum. Mesolimbic, the mesocortical limbic projection has a significant role in learning. And two, with this information that we getting from these people, we damaging our abilities. You think it's a reason why entertainment is all people look for? Because it give them that dopamine hit. Give them that dopamine hit. Like it's what they supposed to be doing, and they keep going for that, keep going for that, keep going for that. when you ain't helping nobody do nothing, learn nothing, achieve, like see back, like you're not helping at all. Learning, motivation, reward, memory, and movement. Dopamine receptor subtypes D1, D2 have been shown to have complementary functions in the mesocortical limbic projection. And with them saying projection, they saying it it's coming out. It's a coming out. Like the rays or projections of the sun's rays, they look like arms. They really like are. Facilitating learning and responses to both positive and negative feedback. Both pathways of the mesocortical limbic system are associated with ADHD. And I've been hearing that as a kid. I'm 32 years old now. ADHD, schizophrenia, and addiction. That's deep. That's deep. And the shit is so common in the places we call poverty or the poverty. That shit's so common. It be like the conversations on them be like they not shit. Like people put on Facebook that they kids is all they got ADHD and all this shit and they need help. But if we when we had time sit down and do shit like this, cause I've been reading on doing shit like this. That's why I'm doing the vid. All right, that's why I'm doing the video. ADHD, your baby don't got ADHD, man. Where it's shooting his energy at, it can't. Cause actually, these little illnesses that they trying to make as a result of them engineering everything don't even exist really. Like this shit don't ADHD, schizophrenia, that shit don't exist because even in schizophrenia, like you got you 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 hearing these voices and you can't put them in order or whatever the case may be. Voices is answering the questions that you really got, and then them are you answering those questions at different levels of this shit, of the experience. Like we don't need to ask Siri, Alexa, shit. We can talk to ourselves, cause that's really, you know what I'm saying. And then with coming with you got good teachers, you got logical guides, you code, you got sane people around you that know how to move, speak, do things, get things done, build, think. You got people around you that think. Hey, that's the goal. That's the goal right there. Mesocortical pathway. Mesocortical pathway projects from the ventral tegmental area to the prefrontal cortex. This pathway is involved in cognition and the regulation of executive functions, e.g., attention, work, and memory, inhibitory control, planning, etc. All this is deep because shit, planning. planning it, how to even see that this is a plan, my shit, you gotta be, it gotta be clicking. Cause like how I just showed y'all all that shit, like this is a plan, bro. They ain't just figuring this shit out. They figuring out more ways to deteriorate the uh, geology and biology rather than help flourish it like the people before these people because negative shit is still new. It's new. So that's really why I gotta explain shit like this and point shit out like this. Being negative is new. Cause in your blood you knew that this is a learning phase. All potentials are possible, but all of the positive ones though. Our plan would be to grow everything up to its full capacity and maximum in the most positive way we could. And that even meant if we had to fight about it or whatever because that's a potential. That's a possibility. This intricate neural circuit serves as a crucial communication route within the brain, facilitating the transmissions of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with reward motivation and cognitive control. The prefrontal cortex, being a central hub for executive functions, relies on the input from the mesocortical pathway to modulate fine-tune cognitive processes. Essential process is essential for goal-directed behavior and decision making. Goal-directed behavior. Wow. Dysregulation of the neurons in this pathway has been connected to ADHD. You can't sit down and pay attention, but you really can. You ain't gonna sit down and pay attention to them because they're not interesting enough. This school shit is boring. People want to get out and do shit because doing things is really what, not sitting on your ass and talking and teaching a class that you learn how to lie and make it seem like you know this shit. If you had to, if you had questions about everything, all of the people in the doctor field, like an endocrinologist, a neurologist, a surgeon, like you will have hella people in that room explaining to, trying to tell you about the section that they studying. Like I don't understand it. People go to school 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Get out and still don't be on shit. Like I mean, like get off they shift. Don't be intrigued. Like they in a good spot. Like I'll be knowing hella shit if I want to be. I'm in that field with all them people, but they acting. That's why I showed y'all. Remember, Hippocrates. But hold on, hold. I just want to show show some people if who haven't seen it how how Ferrofluid. Yeah, how that stuff moves is crazy. Magnetically induced though. Cause if look, cause he just made me realize if they controlling the magnetism, then they can control the spin in the device though. It's the theory. The spin of the electron is an intrinsic angular momentum that is separate from the angular momentum due to its orbital motion. The intrinsic angular momentum. So the inner spin, that's what that's what I was saying, bro, yesterday about the weather being the weaver, mixing everything up. Cause with an electron having an outer spin and an inner spin, it's just like this, like on that. Okay, on the outside, I'm portraying like I'm trying to get people to do away with all of the fake shit and you know put their power back into themselves. But on the inside, when this happened, I start being negative about it. It's two sides, or potentials, or it's infinite potentials. But in this case, they want to control the spin with the magnetism, with the magnet, because that's what's driving magnetism. I mean, that's what magnetism is. A magnet attracts. The magnitude of the projection of the electron spin along an arbitrary axis is whatever, implying that the electron act as a fermion by the spin statistics theorem. That's crazy. That's crazy. Work-based logic device use spins and magnets for information processing have been proposed. These devices are part of the ITRS, the International Technology Roadmap for Semiconductors. Exploratory Roadmap. Logic Logic and memory applications are already in the development stage. 2017 review article can be found in materials today. I read that yesterday. What dude just say? He said the blood of a strange machine. Everybody who been dealing with technology is dealing with this. Telecommunication, all that shit. Bell, Motorola. Like these are ways to harness information. Shit, we think the objects, the Wi-Fi router ain't harnessing information, bro. You think that? Because that's what these is doing. These are actually pumping out the info, helping induce and put you on a track you need to be by giving you urges and shit like that. Niggas say, nah, I think I want some sweet potatoes. I want to go read this. I want to go do that. Like, because whatever you about to go do is about to be informal to you. Like, people being other people's business so much. Oh, man. Mesolimbic pathway, referred to as the reward pathway. Mesolimbic pathway projects the ventral tegmental area to the ventral striatum, VTA, ventral striatum, nucleus accumbens, and olfactory tubercle. When a reward is anticipated, the firing rate of dopamine neurons in the mesolimbic pathway increases. Firing, firing, firing. And I just read somebody, one of my people's gonna say, ain't no real power in life. That's a horrible life that you can't see past with. It's like seeing a car brakes engage, but you don't know how they do it or something. Basically, you don't know how it works, so of course you're gonna say, ain't no real power. The mesolimbic pathway is involved with incentives, salience. I think that's what they say, wanting, motivational, salience, motivation, reinforcement learning, fear, and other cognitive processes. In animal studies, depletion of dopamine in this pathway, or lesions at its site of origin, decrease the extent to which an animal is willing to go to obtain a reward, e.g., the number of lever presses for nicotine, or time searching for food. Like the flick of a lighter. But if you knew how to make fire, and if you knew how to hunt, meaning like you research until you become an expert, experiment till you become an expert, then this reward pathway will change, especially when you a prepper. A prepper, a prepper mind on some whole other shit. Research is ongoing to determine the role of the mesolimbic pathway in the perception of pleasure. Damn, a nigga with hella bitches is a prepper. Vice versa for a woman. She's a prepper. Oh, bullshit. Nigrostriatal pathway. The nigrostriatal pathway is involved in behaviors relating to movement and motivation. The transmission of dopamine neurons to the dorsal striatum particularly plays a role in reward and motivation, while movement is influenced by the transmission of dopamine neurons to the substantia nigra, nigra, nagra, nigra. The Negro striatal pathway is associated with conditions such as Huntington's disease, Parkinson's disease, ADHD, schizophrenia, Tourette syndrome. So now I'm like, you damage all any of these though. Like, it's gonna be hard to bounce back because in your brain, it's like you won't have the willpower. You we just read one, two, three, four, four pathways that deal with the same, you know, and they clearly sections. And then that just made me think about that. This just made me think about this. If every time you came to Earth, and you seen the same shit every time, and you could be remembering, and like it's helping you recollect, because that's what we doing. That's why everything right now is changing because they know we gon' some people some beings are gonna activate and they gonna remember, and we need to change the whole scenery, environment, outcomes, diets, biology, thinking patterns. We got to change everything. So when people come, Collie McCockle was really in Home Alone, or he really wasn't in Home Alone. So it's 2024. Collie McCockle really was in Home Alone. I watched it. I sat and watched it as a kid. Now they saying that dude. Now they saying that he said that that wasn't him in Home Alone. Memory is all we got. Like art, memory is because memory is everything we looking at. Our blood, RNA, all of that is memory. They want your most high part of you to forget how to put yourself back together again and how to accompany the vehicle, get a vehicle the right fuel, you know what I'm saying? The put the right tires on it on his feet, you know what I'm saying? Being grounded. They don't want that. But if about 60, 70, 80% of the world on that, that's what's gonna influence them. And it's gonna influence them to step down too. Cause we've been seeing that the past like 3, 4 years, 2, 3 years actually, 2 to 4 years, whatever. People been stepping down from these places because they know they signing deals, linking themselves to an agenda. I'm talking about this, and I'm talking about neural pathways. But this is because in entertainment and in sports and in all of that shit, you got these doors you walking through, and in these doors, they giving you things pertaining to your reward system. Even with you going to work, all this shit full circle. All of this is full circle. Shit. Cause man, like this right here, reading on metal, a undecomposable elementary substance having certain recognizable qualities, opacity, conductivity, plasticity, high specific gravity, metal, material, substance, stuff. Hmm. 12th century, Latin, metallum, metal, mineral, mine, quarry, Greek, metallon, metal, ore. Like he's like the dude saying you got all these metal crystals. Crystals contain these bits of metal: gold, silver, copper, iron, lead, and tin, making up a crystal. But they gonna give you a different they gonna give you the oxides of this gold, silver, copper, iron, lead, and tin. They got kids in damn Kenya and everywhere in these mines, in these quarries, digging up these gold, silver, copper, iron, lead clusters. But in turn, kids is getting lead poisoning just for them to extract this shit, and they put it on a chip. They imprinted the codes on the chips to mine, to mine, query, pit. Addition faded by motor function. While schizophrenia and ADHD are affected by reward, there it is. Reward motivation functioning. This pathway also regulates associated learning such as classical conditioning and operant conditioning. I'm gonna pick it up. We can pick it up. Probably make a little lunch or something. I'll go get something. Probably get me a smoothie. Feel like I need that fruit. Get some fruit in my system. But yeah, man, this shit not a game. Because in the end, I mean, not in the end, but in the times where you really want to enjoy yourself, you can't. You stiff. You addicted to something. It's like always some hurdles to climb. But it's like too many of them now. Too many. And the people only got the people's power to depend on. Because it's way bigger than us. But I'm going to holler at y'all in a second. I'll be back. Part 3 coming.